Buddhists don't do things for themselves. Buddhists do things for the world. So what can we do to bring the baby Buddha alive here today in 2008 in the United States, in Connecticut, in New Hartford, in New Jersey, New York, wherever we're from? We can remember that every baby is a Buddha baby. And that's real easy because I just saw a lot of cute kids and cute babies around here today. That's real easy to look at them and say, every baby is a Buddha baby. But Buddhists don't say we hate people, but there's usually some politicians that we don't like, or there's some people that we think are very unfriendly. We have to, as Buddhists, look at them and see the Buddha to be in them. We have to help birth the baby Buddha from those unfriendly people. The person next to you on your left and on your right now is becoming a Buddha. And you are in the process of becoming a Buddha. And you might be saying to yourself, I know he's not talking about me. But I am. I'm talking about each one of you, and I'm talking about myself. We are in the process of becoming a Buddha. The Buddha will grow as we feed it and nurture it. When we bow to one another, we are saying, and we bow a lot around here. We don't just bow to monks or statues, but we bow to trees and dogs and babies and everything. And what we're saying is, the Buddha to be in me is bowing to the Buddha to be in you. But I don't want you to get comfortable about being a Buddha, or think you're a big shot because you're becoming a Buddha. It's not comfortable being a Buddha. In order to be a Buddha, the Shakyamuni had to climb the fence and start to deal with suffering, old age, disease, and all of the things that bring unhappiness. He had to go head on into them. And we have to do it too. We can't run from it, we must embrace it. We live in a time where we outsource the suffering. We let insurance companies and HMOs take care of our sick family and friends and parents. We let governments take care of national disasters. 100,000 people died in Burma and all their families, and they imagine the amount of suffering that's there, but it doesn't bother us. We let a government somewhere take care of that. Yesterday, 45,000 children died of hunger. Yesterday, 45,000 children died of hunger. It wasn't in the newspaper because the day before, 45,000 children died of hunger. And today, on Buddha's birthday, 45,000 little baby Buddhas are going to die of hunger. But the newspapers only put in things that are news. So since this has been happening and it's going to happen, they don't bother putting it in the newspaper. And matter of fact, even the death certificates may say something else, may say they had diphtheria or tuberculosis. They died of hunger. Every day, people are dying of hunger. I'm embarrassed to say, I really am embarrassed to say this, I have never been hungry in my life, and I'm a monk. I've never been hungry. I've had an appetite, but I never thought for a minute, for an instant, that I was going to die. I never thought about that. Some churches or religions are defined by what people believe, or what they say they believe. We Buddhists are and must be defined by what we do. How do we act? How are we compassionate? How do we work to eliminate suffering on the planet? How do we use skillful means to confront suffering? Just as the Buddha did. How How often do we leave our comfort zone to confront sickness, old age, and death and suffering? Many of us want our children to attend this temple or some other temple. We hope they will. I think they will if we treat them with respect, if we edify them, if we challenge them to take the first few steps like the Buddha did and say, I'm very special, and through all the world I'm going to bring enlightenment. I'm going to work hard to relieve suffering in this lifetime. Buddha left us with an invitation. He said, be a light unto yourself. Always look inside. The answers are inside us, each one of us. Be a light unto yourself. We are the light that lights up the world. Buddha showed us that meditation and fasting are okay, but they don't mean a thing if we don't do good. You know, the great precepts are do good, don't do bad, and help everybody all the time. And that sounds crazy, but all Buddha's vows are impossible to keep. Do good, don't do bad, and help everybody all the time. And Buddha always geared his teachings for the time and the place. So whatever Buddha talked about in Nepal 2,500 years ago doesn't apply today. But you've got to look inside if you're a Buddhist and find out what's wanted and needed, and you can't find out what's wanted and needed by asking somebody else. You know, you will find it with that little light bulb that's inside, that's also called the Buddha. That will tell you what's wanted and needed here and now. So how can we do it? Here's just a couple of examples and I'll finish up. One, we could stop driving gas guzzlers. We could walk a little softer on the planet, leave a lighter carbon footprint. We could be kind all the time. We could eat the right kind of food. So to be a Buddha, find out what's wanted and needed and do it. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I ride a bicycle. That's how I'm becoming a Buddha. I ride my bicycle to raise money for a group called the Hole in the Wall Gang. If you didn't hear about it, Paul Newman, the actor and movie star, started this little camp. And it's a wonderful camp in Connecticut. And it's, thank God, my children are healthy. And I don't even know what I did to deserve that, but I have 2 healthy children, and I'm so happy about it. And they're old men now. They live in Canada, and I don't get to see them or have to worry about them too much. But at this camp, all the children have a life-threatening illness. They have cancer or leukemia or AIDS, but they're all little bald kids. They're not monks, but they're all little bald kids about 10 or 12 years old. Many of them have a limb missing. And somebody said to me once, no matter how good a parent you are, if your little girl is bald and has a limb missing, she knows she's different than the other children. But at this camp, they're not different. And at this camp, anything one child can do, another child can do. And if a child has no arms and legs and wants to ride a horse, they make it possible. They have enough staff. They never complain for money. So what I do is I try to raise money for them. And as a matter of fact, when I leave here today, I got to get on my bicycle and start practicing and training, because not next weekend, but the following weekend is the ride. And I ride 150 miles across Connecticut, and it's all uphill, and that's not kidding. The first day is all uphill, second day is down a little bit, if I can make it the first day. And we try to raise a lot of money so that children can go to this camp, and it's free. It's free for any child that is that sick that can go to the camp. And